Well, good morning. Today is the 29th day of July. Seems like we just started this month, doesn't it? 29th day of July, time is 9 o'clock. The board is in session to conduct its weekly open business meeting. Commissioner Daly and myself are present. Commissioner Davidson is absent. Could you identify yourself for the record, starting over here?
Jennifer Pike, Human Resources.
Evan Hamden, procurement.
Cody Smith, operations.
Bethany Callie, HR.
John Blake, medics.
Bob Carney, operations.
Bob Perkins, Andy procurement.
Brad Smith, assessor's office.
Red Berry, prosecutor's office.
Elizabeth Duncan, Communications.
Real IT guy.
County clerk.
Trent Triple.
Beth Law, Treasurer.
Thank you. Appreciate you being here. We're ready to conduct that business. Madam Clerk, are there any changes to the agenda?
No, sir.
No changes to the agenda, okay? We have one item of unfinished business that we'll need to take up. I'll accept a motion to remove the unfinished business from the table.
I move to remove the unfinished business from the table for consideration.
Second.
Okay, you've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye?
Aye.
The unfinished business is before the table. And we have one of our distinguished lawyers here that's going to give us a little idea. I've already read the resolution, by the way, and I know the findings of fact and conclusions. So we've had this discussion, so go ahead and give us a brief overview.
Mr. Chair, Commissioners, thank you. We tabled this last week. I wanted to review the record, make sure that the findings were consistent with what was decided and discussed at the open hearing 2 weeks ago. So this was a medical emergency request to give a lien. The gentleman does not believe that the lien is valid because the lien attached several years after he received medical services. We informed him that all that happened was that there was an attachment to his property, there's been no enforcement. And so the recommendation was to deny the request, and that was how he voted. So all those are set forth in these findings, and I believe that they accurately reflect what was discussed.
Okay, any questions or discussion from the board? Nope. Okay, then
Well,
go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, I guess just to make sure I understand it, because we've discussed it, but finding the factor is he does owe the debt, correct?
Correct.
That debt was established by all the legal procedures. The attachment only came after he owned property, which was in the agreement, correct?
Correct.
And then the attachment is one thing, enforcement we have not initiated because the legal processes aren't there for enforcement at this point.
Correct, we cannot enforce while he lives in the house.
Right.
And then he didn't provide financial information for some of the other things that he requested, so we couldn't make a decision on the financial, because he didn't give us financial information.
Correct, he did not submit himself to an interview.
And the lien is attached to his house, so if he wants to refinance it or if he wants to sell it, that's when it will be enforced.
It wouldn't be action by us.
We wouldn't enforce it, but it would be, it's a lien against the property, and so then it would more than likely be paid off.
Correct.
Okay, any other questions or discussion?
Mr. Chair,
Yeah, go ahead.
I did read it. There was one line in there that says that he didn't provide any evidence that he had provided free services to the public, because that was one of the claims he was making, that it should be, his debt should be forgiven because as a mental health professional, he was providing free services to the public. It goes on to say, and even if he had provided that, that wouldn't be grounds to remove the lien. Essentially, I think that's what it says. But technically, I don't think that's accurate because we can take anything into consideration when considering discharging a lien. So just for complete accuracy, I think that particular
Well, that is
line-
true, and we can take, we have broad discretion on, and how we take up these things, but I think what the resolution, or what the findings of fact and conclusions, it's just a statement of law. The law doesn't provide for that, but the law does give us discretion.
I think the line in there said, even if he had provided, that wouldn't be grounds, which is,
I don't remember it saying it that way, but
There was, I think, given the facts and testimony that he provided to the commissioners, that wouldn't have been a sufficient consideration to justify the release of the debt.
Under the law.
Well, it's based upon your discussion.
Right.
Yes.
Based upon our discussion, but we do have the broad discretion in that regard.
Yes.
And that's the point. That's the point you're making.
right, but there's one line in there that seems to limit our discretion because it says, even if he had provided evidence, we couldn't take it into
Do you think it limits our
consideration.
discretion?
No.
Okay. Any other discussion?
no, I don't.
I didn't read it
I didn't read it that way either, that it didn't limit our discretion. We have the discretion, anyway.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll accept a motion.
I move to deny the application for indigent to the discharge the medical emergency lien in case number 0105-30, based on the findings, and attach the findings of fact and conclusions of law based on discussion at the initial meeting with him, and now we're just finalizing that. Both are public record, including the findings of fact and conclusions of law.
Okay, is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Okay. Okay, you've heard the motion. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Now we have some new business. The new business, we have the adoption of a tentative budget. Is there a discussion on the adoption of a tentative budget? Did you need to say anything on this one?
Before the motion, I do, yeah. So-
Okay. Well, before we make a motion then, do we need any discussion before our distinguished clerk makes a statement?
Did you open the public hearing? I'm sorry.
I'll open the public hearing on the adoption of the tentative budget, excuse me.
Well, Mr. Chairman, just to set the stage from my perspective, we've had a lot of discussion, we've had a couple of public meetings, we've had some comments from the public, we've discussed it, so I think for me, I think I'm prepared to go through the formal processes as outlined in the law that we're required to do on certain dates. And this would establish some of that in the motion.
And we're well within the law. When is the ultimate deadline for doing this?
First Tuesday after the first Monday of September, which
Say
would
that
be,
again. First Tuesday after the first Monday. That's when we have to adopt the final budget, or that's when we have to adopt the
that's
tentative?
the absolute latest that we can adopt the
The
final budget.
Okay, so we have the first Tuesday after the first Monday in September. And we'll have plenty of time to do that, but in fact, I think it's in our motion when we intend to do and the tentative budget, by the way, under the law, once we adopt a tentative budget, we can no longer increase the budget any, but we can decrease it if we find areas where we want to decrease it. Okay? We're making that clear.
And I guess this, because I've read it and I've had this discussion, we'll just make it clear for the public as well. This gives staff and everybody enough time to do all the procedural things that need to be done in terms of getting us ready to set the levies after we've received the budgets from all of the other taxing districts, et cetera.
That's correct. Legal notices and levy development are
Is
the
that-
important parts for us.
Because that's what we have
We
to
need to
do.
publish those legal notices, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And this gives us time, these timeframes would give us time to do that.
That's correct.
Anything you want to add?
I'll just point out, we have received recently a large number of emails regarding the budget, the proposed budget increase of 2.9%. Should point out, we only had one person show up in person to testify at our public meeting the other week, and obviously nobody's here today. You know, in perusing some of the Facebook comments on the post, that was the call to action. I think a lot of people thought they were talking about the city of Boise too, so I don't know how deeply people were looking into this, but I do want to reiterate that the board did make a lot of cuts to proposed budget items in consultation with the clerk's office, and I think we really did our due diligence to find savings where we can, and we're certainly hopeful that some revenue will be offset by hopefully millions of dollars that'll be coming into the county through our gas to energy facility at the landfill, through the soccer stadium, when that gets going, and I think we have a conservative budget.
There's no question about that. In fact, everyone that has read our budget knows that. In fact, this budget, this tentative budget, is less than last year's adopted budget. Is that not true?
That's correct, Mr. Chair, by 1.8 million.
So it's less than last year's budget, and I think people of our constituents need to understand that this budget is a smaller budget. And by the way, this is not the final adoption of the budget. This is just the tentative budget, which locks in the top end of it. We can still go through it. If there's any areas where we can reduce the budget, we can still do that prior to the adoption of the final budget. Okay, any further discussion? All right, go ahead.
Mr. Chair, pursuant to Idaho Code 31-1604, I'm presenting a balanced budget for the ensuing fiscal year, and you are convened to agree on a tentative amount per office and department for the FY 25-26 tentative budget. That tentative budget for county funds and pest and mosquito districts combined is $358,822,966.
Okay, is there any discussion?
Well, just as a point that you made, I think it's $1.8 million less than last year. That total, $358 million is $1.8 million less than last year. We have less employees. We've done a good job to reiterate what has already been said by both other commissioners, so.
Well, and if anybody's listening out there, if they decide to log in and listen in the future, that should be noted, that this budget is $1.8 million less than last year's budget.
And another point to make is that the clerk's office has done a very robust job of putting a Budget Explorer on our county website. For anybody who wants to go there, they can go there and they can find out exactly what's being proposed. Again, once we adopt this, if we do, we can go down, but we can't go up, and we would.
I think it should be further noted, however, that the state, because of some of the all the mandates that they require counties to do, they have a revenue sharing. The state has reduced our revenue sharing. How much has it been reduced from last year to this year? Do you call it the number?
Over the last 2 years, if the trend had stayed the same, we would have had an additional about $9 million in revenue from the state.
In spite of the fact we're losing over $9 million over the last 2 years, we've still cut $1.8 million out of our budget. So the public needs to know that. Okay, and by the way, this is not the adoption of the final budget. We can always, if we go in and find areas where we can trim, we will do that. Okay, I'll accept the motion. You said everything you need. All right, go ahead.
I move to consider and publish the tentative budget for all county funds and the pest and mosquito abatement districts as submitted by the county budget officer, causing a notice to be published setting forth anticipated revenue, property taxes, and proposed expenditures, and stating that the Board of County Commissioners held a public hearing for comment and feedback on June 11th, 2025 at 5 p.m. and held another public hearing on July 22nd at 6 p.m., at which time all the county funds and pest and mosquito abatement district requests were reviewed and will subsequently be fixed, a final budget, and making appropriations to each office or department of the county and the pest and mosquito abatement district at the August 26th, 2025 open business meeting.
Is there a second to the motion?
I'll second that.
Okay, you've heard the motion. Is there any further discussion? I think we've had a lot of discussion on this over the years. And by the way, this our budget, when did we first start working on this budget?
January.
January. So the clerk staff and our staff, we've been working on this budget since January. And here we are, the 29th day of July, which we are ahead of schedule pursuant to the law. But we're still not quite through with it. If we determine there's some areas in the budget, we can reduce it. We just can't increase it. And again, just to just reiterate, this is $1.8 million less than last year's budget. Okay. With that, I'll call for the question. All in favor, say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Motion carries. I'll close the public hearing on the adoption of the budget. Okay, I'll open the public hearing on the resolution number 3106, a resolution adjusting the Ada County budget to reflect the receipt of unscheduled revenue. Where's that coming from? I don't know.
Sheriff's Office.
Sheriff's Office, all right. Oh, yeah, well, good, they got a little more money spent from someplace, but we have to do this to adjust their budget. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, this is from the city's.
The city's contract.
The city's contract.
Cities in the state of Idaho.
And the state.
That's right, they're Does this reflect the change in the Marshall reimbursement?
This does not.
Oh, so we'll have to do that too eventually.
Eventually that will.
When they get it signed, because they don't have it signed yet, because the Marshal's office is increasing their reimbursement for their prisoners in our jail. Okay,
Mr. Chairman, just for, again, for the public who may not, all that vast public out there that's listening. Some cities have their own police department.
Yes.
Meridian and Boise, the other three cities do not, so they participate with the county sheriff's office in providing police protection for those cities, individual cities.
Garden City has their own police department as well.
Correct.
That's the three.
That's the Eagle, Star, and CUNA do not. And based on that, they then participate with us, and that's what this revenue is from.
Right.
It's for them, the city's reimbursing the sheriff's office for that service.
Yes.
The county's providing.
That's correct. Okay. Any further discussion on that? Okay. I'll accept the motion.
I'll move to approve resolution number 3106 as listed on the agenda.
I second the motion.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. I'll close the public hearing on the adoption of the resolution. Okay, moving on. We have with us our distinguished clerk who just told us exactly how much our budget is and how much we're lower than last year's budget. Go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Chair, the next several weeks for us, we're obviously working on getting to the point of the finalized budget and levy placement, so that'll be a lot of work that we're doing over the coming weeks. We're also starting prep for the November election amidst our election remodel, which we were hoping to have done in the next couple of weeks, but it may be delayed a week or two. So there's a lot of balls that we're juggling, but we're on the right path. And I'm excited for the November election and getting through the final budget here in the next couple of weeks. That's the report from our office.
Well, good. Will the remodel work be completed by the November election?
It better be.
When are we gonna have a ribbon cutting?
We're hoping by the end of August, we'll have a ribbon cutting. We'll invite county officials as well as some legislators in the local area to come take a look at the new facility, so.
Well, one of us better be holding on to the scissors. Okay. All right, thank you. Go ahead.
Chairman, just as from the clerk himself, who was in charge of the visitors who came, could you give us a report on their reaction to what we're doing here, how we're doing it, and what they're gonna do to change what they're doing?
Yeah, we gave a presentation to a group of individuals here in Boise from across the country who are elected officials, and they run elections in their various jurisdictions. They were extremely excited about the support that this area receives from their elected officials. Many of them don't have that same support in the areas they come from. They were also over the moon about the ballot verifier. We gave them a presentation on that. And they saw our transparency initiative with the glass and everybody being able to see everything that we do in elections. And the overall feel they walked away with was excitement. They could see that it's possible. Some of these places are stuck in their old ways, but they're excited to see that they can change and get to a point where the public gains more trust in the elections process, which is what we've done here. So there was a good engagement with all of them.
Did you tell them that because of the ballot verifier that we were able to forego a recount?
That was their most exciting thing that they'd heard. Recounts for elections officials are one of the most painful things anyone ever goes through. And to be able to avoid that is a huge boon to a lot of people, so.
And it was clearly because of the ballot verifier that the losing candidate did not, because they were able to go and look at each ballot themselves.
It was a 2-point difference, or two
votes.
vote difference. And after looking at the ballot verifier, they said, there's nothing here. We're not gonna contest it or request a recount, even though they were entitled to a free recount.
Well, sure, the law allows it,
Yeah.
if it's within a certain percentage. Yeah, and that's great, and that saves the taxpayer dollars.
It does.
That's good. So,
And the trust factor too.
and the trust factor, yeah, anybody can go in and look at however, it needs to be over and over stated that these are ballots. The only way we know who cast them is if somebody wrote their name on it, right?
And we encourage them not to write
Well,
their names on
of
it.
course, don't write your name on the ballot, but that's the only way, because I've mentioned this ballot verifier to a few people, and they get a look, I mean, these aren't private? No, the actual ballot is not private, so the only way people will know who cast the ballot is if you write your name on the ballot. Then people would know because it's public. Okay, thank you. All right, we have the claims journal. I'll accept the motion on the claims journal.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the claims journal for July 25th, 2025, and authorize payment of that journal.
Second.
Okay, you've heard the motion. Is there further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We have personnel actions. I'll accept the motion on the personnel actions.
I move to approve the personnel actions as listed on the agenda.
I second the motion.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, now we have one of these change orders that we really like. It's a decrease in the agreement, change order number 1, purchase and installation contract for the courthouse stairwell security cameras. Decrease of $12,000. The project's done, we have that much left over,
Yes,
correct?
Mr. Chairman.
That's what it is.
Yes.
All right, I'll accept the motion.
Mr. Chair, before the motion, just another good kudos to our staff and what they do and how they do it in managing our contracts. Because I heard on the radio someone commenting on the fact that there isn't a government contract that doesn't go over budget, and so.
Well, we can show them a number of government contracts that don't go over budget.
So I just wanted to reiterate that fact that,
Well, that's probably relative to the Fed building they're building, wasn't it?
no, actually, it was.
It was local.
It was all government, it was.
Oh,
inclusive, it was
okay,
all government.
all right.
So with that, I move to approve change order number 1 to agreement number 30381 as listed on the agenda.
Second.
Okay, you've heard the motion. Is there any further discussion? I think it's good. Maybe we ought to get a copy of all of our decreased change orders so that people will see. There are projects, ours are always under budget, correct?
The majority of them, sir, yes.
Sure, there's once in a while when things come up we don't know about.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Yes. All right. So you've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Brad, you're here from the assessor's office.
Yes, morning, Mr. Chairman.
Good morning. You got some good news for us?
I do.
Good.
Some great news.
Great.
So overall, just kind of an update on our office. Most of our staff is in class this week, so we have them going through. Some people, appraisers will be in class all week, others just a couple days here or there. And at this point, basically, we hit the reset button and we start this whole process all over again. But to reflect back a little bit on the appeal season, Commissioner Daley asked a question a couple of weeks ago as far as the number of appeals based on the percentage of parcels that we have now, because in 1998, we actually only had a couple hundred appeals, which was our lowest. So I had our analysts go through for the last 30 years and look at it based on a percentage of appeals versus total parcels. And actually, this year at 364 was the lowest in regards to percentage that we've ever seen. So I thought that was great news.
So it's for longer you've been keeping record. This is the lowest.
Correct. I'm sure if you went back to like 1870.
Well, we're not doing that. I said as long as you've been keeping record, because the number of parcels has been rapidly increasing as well.
Exactly, about 5,000 per year, so it increases pretty rapidly. But I thought that was really good news based on
That's
percentage.
good news.
And in looking back to 30 years, there's only been 2 years that we've gone over 1% in our appeals. And you hear some counties, like in Texas, that they have 50 to 60% of parcels filing appeals, so.
Well, that's because their law's a little different than ours,
Correct,
because it's a burden of proof.
correct.
We don't want to ever see that change.
And that's something they're trying to change every year, so.
Well, we hope we can prevent it again this year.
Exactly. So I thought that was really good news. It shows, from our staff and the education and our website and just everyone, all hands on deck. I mean, everyone's working hard to make sure that we can satisfy everyone. And it's, I think the numbers are.
Once again, that's a statement of the transparency is the best method for any government, because you get better government that way and you get people happier.
Exactly.
Transparency is a good antidote.
Yeah, and our website, we put everything out there, and initially it was kind of scary, but over time,
Exactly.
it's been one of the best things we've done.
And thanks to our clerk's office, we have the Budget Explorer, which is I've heard that Brandon Wolf is looking at our Explorer for the transparency of the state government. Anyway, well, thank you, that's good.
Yeah, I think that's how we build trust.
That is.
Other than that, we only have 6 tax cancellations this week, that can all be approved in one motion.
Okay, well, I'll accept the motion.
I'll move to approve the tax cancellations as identified on the agenda and authorize the chair to sign the documents on behalf of the board.
I second the motion with the comment as well, back to Brad didn't say this, but part of that number that he gave us was because staff worked with people who contemplated appeals, but didn't appeal because staff worked with them.
That's correct. In fact, I've recommended to several constituents that they do that before they file an appeal. Call up the appraiser, and you might not even have to. You might get an adjustment if you give information that they don't have, or they may make a case to you, so call them up. So that is correct, yeah.
Yeah, we got thousands of calls, and there's a lot of corrected notices. Not everyone gets one, but if they bring forward good information, then we'll make
Exactly,
it.
to bring forward good information, that, because your staff can't know everything about every property, and so if there's something that they don't know, that would reflect on the market value, they should contact your appraiser, so they know that.
Exactly.
To give, because we are required to be within certain parameters of actual market value. Yeah, all right,
So I second the motion.
all right, motion's been made, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you. We are fortunate to have our distinguished treasurer, Ms. Besmon, here today. We thank you for being here.
My pleasure. Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. I want to start by thanking your HR department, Bethany and team, who recently invited the Treasurer's Office to present to them. Appreciate this opportunity and their efforts for a deep dive to really understand some of the different services throughout the county as we work together in serving our community. So thank you for that invitation. Also want to note on tax collection, as you know, the taxes were due for 2024 by June 20th. And just last week, the taxes that we had collected for tax year 2024 have been paid to the district. So essentially wrapping up our 2024 tax year and getting ready for 2025.
Excellent.
Yes.
They've all got their money.
They've got this,
And the check's cleared.
to my knowledge.
Yes, okay.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, go ahead.
Just to reiterate and remind people who are listening that we collect, the Treasurer's Office collects taxes for all the taxing districts. So when they pay their tax bill, it doesn't all come under our budget that we spend, we meaning the commissioners. And that's what you were talking about. That has now been distributed to all the taxing districts.
How many taxing districts did you send money to? 40?
Yeah, 41? or
40.
41?
41.
Yeah.
41 total, that's ours.
So,
Correct.
just so everyone knows that, we collect all the taxes for every single tax, every fire district, every cemetery district, cities and counties, school districts, there's 41 in Ada County. All right,
So it doesn't all come to us to spend, so that the public knows when they pay.
That's one of the,
When they pay that $5,000, it doesn't all come.
that's one of the mandates of the state that we do that, and we're doing that. Thank you.
So they don't have to send 41 checks.
Exactly.
That's right. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on, we have approval of some minutes. I will accept a motion to approve the minutes.
I move to approve the minutes as listed on the agenda. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes listed on the agenda, and authorize the chair to sign the documents on behalf of the board.
Second. Okay, you've heard the motion. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, now we have a couple of agreements with Expo Idaho, an interim agreement and a concessionaire agreement. I would entertain a motion to approve the agreements.
I'll move to approve the agreements identified on the agenda for Expo Idaho, Idaho Fair, and authorize the chair to sign the documents on behalf of the board.
I second the motion.
Okay, you've heard the motion. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have one agreement for the Barber Park Education and Event Center. I would accept a motion to approve that agreement.
Just as a comment before I make the motion, these two things here that we're just talking about is one of the examples of how the county leverages using our facilities, but charging the public to actually use the facilities as part of our revenue base as well, and is lowers taxes. So I would move that the Parks and Waterways Event Center agreement as listed on the agenda, approve it and authorize the chair to sign the documents on behalf of the board.
Second.
Okay, you've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, we have 6 other agreements between Ada County and a few other organizations. I've read these agreements and I think there's no problem with them. Any question or discussion on any of the agreements that we have to approve?
I'll just point out, we have one for impact fees with Garden City.
Well, that is the agreement, it's not the actual impact fee, but it is that agreement that some of the cities are requiring, that's what that is.
Good, we're
And we're doing it.
advancing that.
Yeah, we're getting it advanced. It's been a long slog, and cities and the public are demanding that growth pay for itself, and this is one of the areas where growth does participate in paying for itself. And so we look forward to every city in Ada County, because the law does not allow us to collect an impact fee in a city. So the cities have to adopt their own ordinance to collect our impact fee, and then we have to sign an interlocal agreement with them where they pass it on to us. But this has been a long slog. We have 6 cities that we're dealing with, and this is the second one that signed the document, because Meridian also signed it. But all the other cities have it, and as soon as they get ready to go, we'll. Okay, any other discussion? Thanks for that.
Yes, and I would amplify what the two have just said. We encourage the rest to join.
Well, I think they will, because I think in fact, we discussed not this particular in detail, but with the Treasure Valley Partnership yesterday, we're discussing how we're going forward in the future, and that's one of the areas we're going forward is that we want a message that the growth needs to pay for itself, and from our perspective, that's one of the ways we can get growth to pay for itself. It won't pay for everything, but it will pay for some of the cost of growth. So anyway, we have a motion.
I'll move to approve the agreements as identified on the agenda and authorize the chair to sign the appropriate documents on behalf of the board.
I second the motion.
I thank you. All in favor of the motion? If there's any further discussion, say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Now we have the weekly indigent items. I've reviewed them. Is there any question or discussion on any of the weekly indigent items? Not, I'll accept the motion.
I move to approve the weekly indigent items as listed on the agenda.
Second.
Okay, you heard the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Is there anything else need to be brought before the board before we recess? Hearing none, we're adjourned. Thank you. Well, good morning. Today is Tuesday, the 29th day of July. The time is 9:35. The board is in session, acting as the Board of County Emergency Medical Services District to conduct its open business meeting. All three commissioners are present. We also have with us, for the record,
And Evan, procurement?
Tim Sturgis, Clerk's Office.
Rob Perkins, Ada County procurement.
Elizabeth Duncan, Communications.
Real ID guy,
Trent Triple, clerk.
John Blake, paramedics.
John Blake, paramedics. Madam Clerk, are there any changes to the agenda?
No, sir.
Okay, the first item of the business is, I guess I need to open the public hearing on the adoption of the fiscal year, a tentative fiscal year budget for the Emergency Medical Services District. So, is there any discussion or question about the tentative budget? Hearing none, you have a statement you need to read?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
Pursuant to Idaho Code 311604, I'm presenting a balanced budget for the ensuing fiscal year, and you are convened to agree on a tentative amount per department for the FY 25-26 tentative budget. That tentative budget for Emergency Medical Services District is $30,268,380.
Okay, is there any question or, I've opened the public hearing, correct? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I never quite figured that one out, but anyway, it's open. Okay, is there any question or discussion about the adoption before we accept the motion? We've heard the clerk's statement, you're gonna, because this needs to be published as well. Because just for the record, now, this is a separate district. And so that's the reason we go through a separate. All right, any question or discussion? Hearing none, I will accept the motion to adopt a tentative budget.
I'll move to consider and publish the tentative budget for the Emergency Medical Services District, hereinafter referred to as the EMS District, as submitted by the County Budget Officer, causing a notice to be published setting forth anticipated revenue, property taxes, and proposed expenditures, and stating that the Board of County Commissioners held a public hearing for comment and feedback on June 11th, 2025 at 5 p.m., and held another public hearing on July 22nd, 2025 at 6 p.m., at which time the EMS district requests were reviewed and will subsequently fix a final budget and make appropriations to the EMS district at the August 26th, 2025 EMS open business meeting.
I second the motion.
Okay, any further discussion of the adoption of the tentative budget? Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing and call for the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Now we have procurement, which is unusual. We normally don't have procurement in these meetings, but here you are.
Here we are.
Yeah. Welcome to our meeting.
Good morning, Mr. Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
Before this morning, under our, under public openings is procurement of opening of RFP 25059, the Ada County Paramedics Collection Services. And Evan's got our Bonfire e-procurement system all queued up, if you're ready for us to open.
We're ready.
So we received 8 proposals for this project. So John and his team will have a lot of proposals to wade through and evaluate. Today we'll be just looking at the name of the proposers.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so our proposers in order here are Automated Accounts, Bonneville Collections, CB1 Incorporated, Cedars Business Services LLC, Diversified Adjustment Services Incorporated, First Point Collection Resources Incorporated, Medical Recovery Services, and RTR Financial Services Incorporated rounds out the bunch. So those are our proposers, and we need a little time to evaluate them.
Well, we're glad we've got a lot of interest in the project.
Yeah, that's nice.
I know John was disappointed because then they won't have to make these collection calls.
I am on the evaluation.
You're on the evaluation committee. Okay, well, good. Well, great.
If we could get this tabled to the August 12th, 2025 open business meeting for final ranking and award recommendation, please.
Okay. Any other discussion? I will accept the motion to table this till the August 12th meeting.
I move to approve RFP, EMS RFP 25059 to the August 12th open business meeting.
Well, we're tabling it, aren't we?
Tabling.
Yeah. Okay. The motion, is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Okay. Okay, the motion is to table this to give the staff time to evaluate, and John's on the evaluation committee.
I'm excited.
You're excited for it, okay. Till the August 12th open business meeting of the Ada County Emergency Medical Services District. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye?
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'll accept next up, we have the claims journal. Is there any question or discussion on the claims journal? Hearing none, I'll accept the motion.
I'll move to authorize payment of claims of the Claims Journal dated July 25th, 2025.
I second the motion.
Okay, you've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next up, we have the approval of the minutes of the July 15th meeting of the Ada County Emergency Medical Services District. Is there any question or discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, I will accept the motion.
I move to approve the EMS District July 15th minutes.
Second.
Okay, you've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. All right, now we have an agreement, an intergovernmental joint powers agreement between Ada County Medical Services District and Garden City for the collection of development impact fees. Okay, any question on that? We did it for the whole county in the open business meeting. Again, this is it's not the final agreement because they still have to adopt their ordinance and the interlocal agreement. This is just an agreement that their lawyers come up with to say that we're responsible for everything, which is fine. We are. Would you disagree with anything else?
I don't think I could.
Okay, okay. All right, I would accept a motion.
I'll move to approve agreement number 30811 as identified on the agenda and authorize the chair to sign the appropriate documents on behalf of the board.
I second the motion.
Okay, you've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now we have my favorite part of this meeting, our EMS.
Is it really?
Yes. It's always a good thing to hear all the wonderful things that our EMS district is doing. And I want you to go back and tell your staff how much we appreciate their efforts.
I do every time.
Good.
Mr. Chair, Commissioners, I only have two things for you today, and the first one is firmly in the entertainment category, and that is the new paint colors are in process. We selected a local company. They started it. We got to look at the door panel and their logistics, and our battalion chief in charge of vehicles went to the facility this morning to look at the blue and the final design. Looks fantastic. Very.
Do you have one of the new ones delivered yet? With
No,
the new color?
no.
Oh,
This
okay.
is
They're not
this
there.
is painting of
I know
the
it's painting of the
existing.
existing ones. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But there was a couple that was being painted at the factory, right?
Yeah, and those will be delivered later this year.
Later this year. All right.
Yep.
Good enough. Well, that's
Okay.
fantastic.
I strongly suspect you're not going to hear that's not the last of the paint that you're ever going to hear, because I'm getting a lot of mileage out of it. I really like that.
Well, I can't wait to see how many fewer accidents we will have. Because people couldn't see the white color, the white band as well.
It's almost mind-boggling how that can be loud and loud sirens and bright lights.
I've always seen them when they're coming down the road.
And whatever it takes,
Yeah.
fantastic.
That's great. Well, that's great. Let us
Chair,
know when we
Commissioners,
have delivery of the repainted ones, and we might come out and cut a ribbon or something.
I'll do it. The only other thing I have for you is that based on your tentative or your approval for hiring in the new budget, we have started that process. Interestingly, we're now, we had a pool of between 150 and 160 candidates. Yes, sir, that's correct. From that pool, we've selected 38, and starting next week, we'll do the evaluation for the 16 new positions in FY26, plus whatever few vacancies we have for hiring them in the new budget year. And I was thinking to myself that really puts us back to a place of being able to flex our clinical sophistication when you are looking for providers that can drive advanced medicine and really know how to do this. Your ability to select from such a large pool to get the cream of the crop is a significant advantage, and I'm quite happy to see it. That's all I have for you.
Great, great. Appreciate that, yeah. So how many openings did you collect that?
16 new positions.
16 new positions.
In that, that's what
right,
was
right.
originally in the new
Right.
budget, and I'm not sure how many vacancies it's.
So, and we
two
had
or three.
38 applicants?
150,
150.
150 to 160, somewhere in there, of which we selected 38 to
They're-
go
okay,
through
that
the
was
rest
38,
of the. Yeah,
38 that actually made the cut to be
yeah,
interviewed.
they're gonna go through the
Process.
rest of the process, yes, sir.
Great, yes, go ahead.
Curiosity, what's the geography of where the two applicants came from? How widespread is it?
There were, I think, of the paramedics, 27, 10 were from Idaho, and the other 17 all over the country. The rest of I think there were 126 EMTs from all over.
So they must be reading all the good things about Idaho and Ada County in particular, all the
Yeah,
country.
how could they not?
Exactly,
That's
exactly. Well, thank you.
Yep,
Thank you, that's
my
good.
pleasure.
Is there any other business need to be brought before the board before we close out? Hearing none, we are adjourned, thank you.
Thank
you.